Good morning, afternoon, and evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Zachary Nolan. Cardinal is behind the camera. And also behind the camera, on the one rare occasion, is my girlfriend Serena. Say hello so the audience does not know you're made up.
Hi.
Thank you. That goes a long way. You wouldn't believe it. Anyway, I'm actually in a good mood, though, because goddamn did the Jets show up tonight. So the Winnipeg Jets defeat the Vancouver Canucks 5-2 after losing 4-0 the night before in a game that we're not going to talk about because if I have to talk about it, it's going to ruin my good mood. So a couple changes. Tucker Poolman is back in the lineup. Gonna be honest, didn't think he had the best game today, but that's beside the point. Braden Holtby is starting in net, so you know some Canucks fans are going to be twice as mad as they normally would. And Laurent Brossoit is back in net, and he usually plays well against the Canucks, and tonight was no different.
Was there any issue you had with our lineup changes?
Well, Beaulieu is still playing, and I know you're doing this to get a rise out of me, so stop it, boy. You're waving that red flag, and I'm like, El Toro. I'm like, no! I'm going to run right through that. But anyway, yes, Beaulieu is still dressed, so I'm still mildly upset about that. But that is fine, because, you know, he's playing third pairing, so that means I only can't breathe for, 10 minutes a night. And you know what? As far as breathing goes, that's 10 minutes I can lose when he's on the ice. So anyway, going into it, right off the bat, Laurent Brossoit makes a very good save on a chance by, I believe, Brock Besser. Vancouver gets a couple rushes, and then right away, Mason Appleton comes in and decides, you know what, that's a nice juicy rebound, Braden Holtby. I'm going to slam that in for another career high in goals. Reaction here.
And you know what's good about that?
We have less games played.
We have 3 games in hand.
Mm-hmm. Well, 2 if we
2
win.
if we
Oh, nice try. Yeah! Woo! Just like that. Yay. And yeah, no, that was great for Appleton, because Appleton has been probably our most improved player this game. No, actually.
That is one hell of an improvement.
That's, holy hell, what a game. He's definitely been our most improved player this year. Just the amount of points that he's been able to produce, and the fact that we've actually the entire time, unlike Kopp, who we've actually floated on the second and first line on a rare occasion, we've kept Mason Appleton in a third line position, and he's played completely, solid as a third line player. He has over 10 points. He has over, I think, half a point per game, I think is what it is. It's 0.5 per game, which is really good for a third line player. Anyway, moving on from that, though, I opened 2 of the wrong apps on that. So there was a giveaway chance that Vancouver had, but then right after that, or not long after that, Elias Pettersson would snipe it, and he snipes it where the crossbar meets the post. It goes back, hits Laurent Brossoit in the back, and goes in, which is just A, a very good round if you're playing a game of horse, and B, mildly fucking unfortunate. Reaction to that goal here. Herbert and Beaulieu are on the ice. Oh, son of a bitch, of course that puck goes in!
Off the crossbar and the goalpost where they meet. Into the left shoulder of Brossoit and the Canucks
Didn't play it cleanly, but that guy walked down Main Street pretty easily. Show me the zone entry. So first off, we have Forbert and Beaulieu, who are not fast. Where does this... It hits Brossoit. Oh. And like I said about maybe 2 minutes ago, the second I saw Derek Forbert and Nathan Beaulieu on the ice, I went, oh, shit. Oh, this isn't good. Because, fun fact, none of them are fast, and they're not the best. Forbert's okay. but he had a better start to the season than he is right now. Right now, honestly, he's just become kind of one of the numbers rather than being a standout defenseman that we picked up at the beginning of the season. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest, the game that started his kind of decline for me was actually the game where he gets into it with Niels Huglander. It's a Swedish name. It's very hard. And honestly, since then, he just hasn't looked stellar. But that being said, I think at the same time, we don't think of him as that bad of a player because, yes, he's kind of slow. Yes, he takes the odd stick infraction. But you know what he isn't? Nathan fucking Beaulieu. So he gets a pass. Who was also on the ice sometime during this hockey game and during that goal, which is unfortunate. The problem with this goal, honestly, is, it's a good shot, and that takes a very unfortunate bounce off Florent Brossoit, which he doesn't really have a chance on. Elias Pettersson, who sniped on us the last time we played them. No, the time before. The last time we played him, he sniped an empty netter. Great shot.
You're still talking second goal, right?
Yeah, yes, I am. But the time before that, he sniped on us, and we just let him walk down Main Street like a goddamn limousine. It was really annoying. And honestly, I'm getting my negatives out now, because afterwards, it's funny, because I was talking to Pig City during this game, and he's a little bit of a pessimist. By his own admission, he will tell you that. I'm more of an optimist. And so, I was trying to tell him, and he's like, but man, but look at the defensive zone. And I'm like, but Jake, we're winning. It doesn't matter. Fuck the defense. We're winning. It's fine. And actually, yeah, there's a play with Edler that I miss. I saw it back. He pretty much just whacked, I think he hit Scheifele in the head. Just flat out. We just, don't do that, Alex Edler. Don't be a dick. I didn't see it live, though, but people were just being like, oh my god, how do they not call it? Which I should address now. The refereeing in this game was okay. It's funny. I felt like I get this feeling the refereeing tonight were a little more beneficial for us. Not saying, oh my god, the refereeing is terrible and that's why we lost. No, we still won because we deserved to win. The game was a lot more opened up compared to last night, where it was 3 goals that just went off point shots. Tonight's game was extremely open, a lot more focusing on transitional play, which I was happy to see the Jets doing well in. And the Jets had a great job of doing a forechecking on the puck that made it very hard for the Vancouver Canucks to establish a presence moving into the offensive zone. That being said, so PLD takes a holding penalty. Sure, why the hell not? I was kind of indifferent to it. I was like, whatever. Myers then takes a interference penalty while they were on the power play, which I wasn't sure if Kopp was pulling an absolute sneak play by just happening to run into him, or if Myers was really just playing it well. Either way, it's still a penalty. It still looked, and you know what, PLD's holding wasn't that bad either, so yeah, we'll call that. We don't really get a chance to set up on this power play, but we do get decent pressure, which I like to kind of call chaos-type power play, where there's no real setup like we've all seen it for the first-line power play, where it's established where all 5 of our players, they stand in the same spot every time. You can't fucking miss them. It's like they're just setting up rent there. But on this power play, it was more of just kind of moving the puck around, not really set, kind of just following the play, which wasn't amazing, but at the same time, it could have been a lot worse. It could have been us getting absolutely kind of forechecked hard on our own power play, which is bad to see. So yeah, Kopp had a couple good shifts. The Kopp line had a lot of good shifts, including the goal actually in the game. And then late in the period, a nothing play that leads to Matthew Perreault making it 2-1 Jets with 2.6 seconds to go. Reaction.
He's tired.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that stick is fucking broken. That stick is fucking broken. I'll say, What? How did this happen? How did this occur?
Did Beaulieu just get an assist on that?
I don't know. His broken stick might have. What in the hell happened here? No, that's unassisted, but what the hell? Attaboy Perreault! Good forecheck. And I have no idea what to think of this goal. And it's funny because this goal was a play that actually there was a lot of times that we'd see later in the game where it's Matthew Perreault forechecking really well. Like, the Canucks for at least the 5 seconds leading up to that turnover to the breakaway score, it was just the Jets pressuring them out their own blue line where they were trying to play it just D to D. And those are the plays that you love to see because Matthew Perreault is not the most he's not the most stylistic, I'll say, in goal scoring for sure. He plays fourth line at this point in time. But he scoring the goal the way that he did shows me how the Jets should have played last night when I was saying that they were taking way too many passes when they should have just went right. Tunnel vision and just go straight for the objective of scoring on the goal. Don't care how you do it. This showed a lot tonight with a lot of our goals coming from plays that, yes, they involved passing, but it was chaotic and we would just, the second we smelled blood, we would shoot the puck on net. And that was key.
Well, yeah, I feel like one thing that we sometimes try to do too much is it's like, oh, we need that perfect tic-tac-toe, that perfect passing play before. Like, no, just get pucks to the net, crash the net, put it in.
I would say actually, the thing that the people that have the most...
being direct.
Yes. As amazing as Scheifele plays, and actually as well as amazing game as Wheeler had, especially offensively, those two are honestly joined at the hip more than conjoined twins sometimes. It is so frustrating because they just want to pass it to each other. They're just the best of friends. They're like, hey, Mark. Hey, Blake. Hey, Mark. Did we score yet? Nope. Like, shoot the puck. But we did that today, so I'm happy. So second period, Scheifele definitely gets away with a slashing penalty, and the reason I know this is because the stick on the Vancouver player was in 2 pieces. That's a good indication that you missed a slashing penalty. That actually leads to us getting a chance. Wouldn't score on it. Then after that, Vancouver would hit the post on a chance. A lot of transitional chances, like I said. PLD playing on the second line, they had a good shift. We blow a 3-on-1. We can't handle the first pass going into the zone. I wasn't as mad about this because at this point we were I was annoyed at this, but I could see that it wasn't a straight up like, oh no, 2-on-1. Let's pass through the defender and the defender stops. It was just more of a setting up, trying to get the right angle to come in on the net. Appleton gets a chance and then he draws a penalty, a tripping penalty, which would lead to Blake Wheeler passing it over to Kyle Connor. I almost said Blake Wheeler scoring. Passing it over to Kyle Connor, who would go wickets on Braden Holtby to make it 3-1 on the power play reaction.
Oh.
Yeah! Woo! Let's go, boys! It's funny. From Canucks fan point of view, if I was a Canucks fan, this is a good and bad goal at the same time. Bad that it was kind of almost a 1T here. Or good that it was kind of a 1T one, and you can't totally blame Braden Holtby. Bad, he went absolute wickets on the 5-hole. It looked bad. And he does that thing that all the goalies do when they let in a bad 5. They just go, oh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I hate to see it. So here's the thing. I didn't see the fourth line a lot tonight, and I actually wasn't looking for him. And that being said, I usually don't look for the fourth line a lot. I'm getting there. Don't worry. Look at how many notes I have in the third period. We're good for time.
Oh, fair enough.
Don't get the Kane out just yet.
That's gotta be Kane!
But yeah, honestly, the fourth line I don't look at a lot. The only time I really watch the fourth line, I would say, is when the fourth line includes Vesalainen and Jansen Harkins. They weren't playing tonight because Paul Maurice just likes to make me mad sometimes. I really like both of them. Nate Thompson had an open net. Nate Thompson decided to admire that open net and not score in that open net, so that sucked. But other than that, moving on. I wrote it wrong. Hamilton takes a high-sticking penalty on Blake Wheeler. Yep. Pullman then takes an interference penalty on Hughlander. who's very quickly becoming a focal point for every time we play this goddamn Canucks team. I don't know why. It's funny. Hugo like hit the deck in the middle of the ice. I didn't see it. I'm going to assume Pullman probably deserved it, and the announcers didn't seem to have a problem with it either. That would unfortunately lead to JT Miller one-teeing it on the power play late in the second period with 4.6 seconds left to make it a 3-2 game reaction here. And
That's a
move
dangerous
him.
shot. It's a wrist shot from the top that gave Bristol a lot to handle. Hughes dishes it
Yep.
up. Slap shot score. JT Miller finds the back
We
of
get
the
the
You be quiet, you.
We get the first period buzzer beater, they get the second period buzzer beater.
Yeah.
And it's back to a one-goal game.
I'm more interested on the penalty itself because I didn't see it, and they didn't show us a good replay of it. But yeah, that's a 1-tee to Miller. Not much you can do on that. And that would lead us to the third period. Going into the third, it's 3-2 Jets lead. And this was honestly, like, there was chances that the Canucks had, but the third period was the Jets period. Like, the third, and arguably even, like, pretty much all the periods, I felt good. But the third period,
Do you
for
feel
sure.
like we won each period?
Yes, I actually would, because and not just like outscoring, even though it was a 1-1 scoring for the second period. It's just that
More control, play,
Yes.
stuff like that.
do we give up a lot of shots? Yes, but here's the thing: we've been reading this story so many times that has become expectation. I don't get so upset when we give up so many shots because that's just what happens when those are the pieces you're working with defensively.
That's what we do.
That's all you can do. You can't control that almost at this point. It's just an expectation. That being said, though, I'm extremely happy with how the offense was pressuring at times. There was a hard forecheck all the time on those defensemen that the Canucks had. And it leads to Wheeler putting it off the post. Wow, that was a rocket of a shot. I did not expect it. And then on the ensuing chaos, Wheeler would make a no-look pass to Paul Stastny to bury it, to really put the dagger in them, to make it 4-2 reaction here. Oh, nice! Oh! Whew! Damn it! Oh, it's loose! Yeah! Woohoo! Let's go! And then Pro would create a chance on a little bit of a mini breakaway. They hope he would stop it. Lauren Brossoit would make some good saves. The Vancouver Canucks would pull their goalie, and that would lead to Blake Wheeler from the middle of the ice, just putting the icing on the cake to make it 5-2 reaction here. Woo! We got outscored 4-0. We got shut out. Yeah, 4-0. First time this season. What happened? Well, we decided to just kind of not steamroll, but it was a controlled chaos type thing where there were scramble plays, but we always felt like we were on the right side of things. Where we outscored them 5-2. And this is the key thing about playing the Vancouver Canucks. They are bad at playing from behind. And this isn't an opinion statement. This is a fact statement. The Vancouver Canucks are either 0-12 or 0-13 when they are scored on first.
0-13 after this game.
Yes.
Including this game, yeah.
That, for Canucks fans, first off,
it's kind of like a reverse Winnipeg in the sense of like...
Yeah,
like,
when we used to score, when we'd be leading after 2, that was the thing.
Like, oh, come back to...
We're like 40 and something.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. Canucks fans, to the Canucks fans that watch this channel, first off, thank you. You are appreciated here, even if I dunk on your team a little bit. But that's okay, because just know that as much as I dunk on it, analysts will dunk on it that much more. Because analysts are sometimes just straight up masochists. Do not take that out of context. Anyway. But, like, you need some fight back there. Like, that donut looks bad. Like, and this is, like...
That's not a saying.
No, it just looks... No, that's not a saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, that 0 is just bad. You can't have a 0 after... You cannot go winless after your opponent scores first. This is the National Hockey League, not freaking, like, basketball. Like, people just score first. Like, it's a chance thing sometimes. You have to have a bounce back, Canucks. Yes, this is me feeling bad for them, because that is a sad stat. Like, yeah, we won, but my God! They have played against the Senators! You telling me they never got scored on once and couldn't come back from that? Good Lord! Anyway, done.
3 stars.
3 stars. So honorable mention will be... Oof, a tough one. Honorable mention will be Matthew Perreault, because he had a solid goal, and he was actually doing really well in the offensive zone when I saw him. And that's mostly... And also he doesn't play a lot of defensive minutes, so how would I have seen it anyway? Anyway, 3rd star, Laurent Brossoit. I liked his game. There was no real problems with his game, I would say. A couple times where the puck hit him and his rebound control didn't fully take over, but you know what, that's nitpicking, and I'm a goalie, so I'm kind of entitled to do that on goaltenders. 2nd star would be Mason Appleton. He scored a goal, he was creating chances. That entire 3rd line looked really solid tonight, and as much as I liked seeing Andrew Kopp up on the 2nd line minutes, I think he fits more comfortably in a grinder role on the 3rd line, because it just creates more chances as a whole, rather than him getting kind of put in a box in terms of trying to create rushes on the 2nd line, that's their main focus. It's not as gritty of a game as Kopp plays. And then 1st star obviously would be Blake Wheeler. Yes, I realize Connor and Scheifele all had 3 points. I would say this, though, that Wheeler's game, to me, stuck out the most out of those 3. Also, Scheifele's assists. Sometimes, like, the Stastny's goals, Scheifele gets an assist on it, and it's like a minute, and it's like 10 seconds before the goal. Like, it's a generous second assist, which I ain't arguing with, because he has 31 points, which is amazing. But Wheeler's game is the one that really got the tempo going for me. And it's a game that I think he needed to have to really remind a lot of Jets fans that how important he is on this team. Even on his off days, I would say, he has days like this where it really shows. So I think we're getting towards the end of this video. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, for sure. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already, because our new goal, I would say, is 250, maybe? It's funny. It depends on what you goes. We'll say 250 for now. Maybe 300. Maybe beyond that in the future. We're optimistic. Don't forget to like this video if you haven't already as well, because that helps us. It just helps our mood.
And you know what? It
helps get it out there.
It's a nice thing to do.
Yeah. Share it around if you know people who would give a crap about it. If you guys...
or if they don't, still feel free.
Yeah, just get numb to it, at least. And then don't forget to comment down below your thoughts on the game, your thoughts on the video, compliments, criticisms, all of that. Free to hear it all. And we'll definitely try to respond to it. And don't forget to follow us on Instagram at No One Hockey Podcast. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.